If I was starting to trade again in 2026, knowing everything that I know right now, the first thing I wouldn't focus on is making money. And I know that that sounds backwards, but that's the reason why most traders never get past the beginner stage. When I started, I thought the results would give me confidence. Win rate, speed, proof that I was getting it. I chased trading challenge after trading challenge, and I burned through more money than I cared to admit. But what I didn't understand back then was that trading doesn't reward urgency. It rewards order. And when you skip that order, the market corrects you fast. So by the end of this video, you'll understand the exact order I would learn trading today. You will also learn what I would completely ignore in the beginning and why trying to figure it out faster actually sets you back. This isn't about working harder or watching the charts longer. It's about putting your attention in the right place first. So that way, trading stops feeling rushed and starts making sense. If you're new here, I'm LaKiesha, and I've been trading and investing for over 15 years at this point, going on 16 years. And I've made over $350,000 on the side while working full time. And what I've learned is this: most traders don't fail because they're undisciplined. They fail because they learn things out of sequence. So before we go any further, if you're brand new to trading and your goal is to take your first profitable trade, I have a program called Trading Launchpad. It's designed to get you there in 30 days or less and without stress. And if you are looking to trade profitably, no matter if you're new or experienced or have some experience, then that's what the Profitable Traders Academy is built for. I'll link both of those programs below so you can choose the one that is best for you where you are right now. Now, let me show you the order I'd follow. So if I was starting over, the first thing I would ignore is multiple strategies. Not forever, just for now. Because the thing about strategies, they only work after you understand the context. And when I started, I chased multiple different trading methods and I thought that the right setup would save me. Instead, I just became even more confused. And if you don't know when a strategy works, it will feel random no matter how good it is. So let's just say, for example, it's a break and retest setup. Actually, one of my favorite setups still to this day. That sounds good. However, it means a lot more when you understand that the break and retest is a continuation of a trend. A continuation just means that if you expect for it to continue moving up, then it will continue moving up, and the same for down as well. You also need to know where you should be looking for that break and retest as well. And another thing that can help in that situation is knowing generally what time frames you should be looking at for that break and retest. Not just one time frame, multiple time frames. And you can hear break and retest all day long online, but if you don't understand the context, then you will try to execute that in a live market and it won't work. So the second thing I would learn is how the market behaves. So this is going to come before patterns, entries, and strategies. I just take a little bit of time and learn how to recognize what kind of environment I'm in. And really, there's only three of them you need to pay attention to. A trending market is when the price keeps moving in one clear direction. If the market is trending up, then price slowly works higher over time. It may pause, but usually it continues that movement. This is the market where you look back and think, if I had just stayed in that trade a little bit longer, it would have worked out. And that happened to me a lot in the beginning because I really didn't understand a trending market, and especially an up market. So if it's trending down, it's the opposite. Price keeps moving lower, and every time it looks like it might turn around, it drops again. And people who keep buying because it has to bounce soon get stuck a lot of times, especially when there's a lot of downward movement or downward momentum inside of that market. Okay, so here's a market that causes frustration, and that is a ranging market, where basically the market isn't going anywhere. It's basically just going back and forth between two prices, and it's doing that over and over again. And this is the market that makes people feel like they're doing everything wrong. They would buy, nothing would happen. Then they would sell, and then the price goes the opposite way. That used to really make me mad in the beginning because I didn't understand a ranging market. Then they start thinking, why does that market move as soon as I stop watching it? And then here's the mistake that I made early on. I treated every market the same. I would try to trade moves that never followed through. Basically, it was just stuck in that range. I would expect for a price to just shoot up if I was expecting a buy, or shoot down if I was expecting a sell. Not the markets that's just going back and forth. I really didn't think about that, but I would blame myself myself when it didn't work. The problem wasn't I wasn't putting in the work. It's just I didn't really understand. And I never stopped to ask the really important question first. And that is, what environment am I in right now? Because when the market is moving clearly, your job is mostly patience. When the market is stuck, your job is waiting for it to become unstuck. And when price keeps dropping, your job is to protect yourself and wait some more. Once you understand that, trading stops feeling random. You're no longer asking, why didn't this trade work out? You're asking, did this trade even make sense for what the market was doing? Those are two very different questions. And that one question removes more bad trades than any indicator ever could. And that forces you to respond with what's actually happening in the market, not what you hope will happen. Think about it like learning a new language. You don't start by trying to sound impressive in the new language. You start with how sentences are built. Trading works exactly the same way. You learn the structure first, and then the details come later. So for example, I'm learning French right now, and sometimes I'll say something that sounds right to me, or at least sounds right in my head. The words are there, the confidence is there, and my French professor will stop me and say, "Ce n'est pas français," which literally means that's not French. And I'm sitting there thinking, but it sounded right in my head. It sounds French to me. And that's exactly what happens in trading. Your trade can look right. It could feel right. You can even explain why you took the trade. But if the structure isn't there, the market does the same thing. It says, that's not it. And that's not because you can't learn, but it's because you skipped the foundation. So instead of trying to trade every single move, I'd practice observation. This helped me so much in the beginning. Once I understood this is what I was supposed to have been doing. So focusing on one market, and I preach this all the time inside of the Profitable Traders Academy, especially in the beginning. Focus, focus, focus is going to help you so much. So look at all the time frames to make sure that they are all saying the same thing. There is no one special time frame. You have to look at all of them. So for me, it's starting on the weekly, then going to the daily, and then the H4 at least, in order to figure out what the direction is. Then I'd write down what I think price is doing in that particular moment. Is it going up? Is it going down? Or is it just ranging? And ranging, once again, means it's basically not doing anything. It's just going between two different price levels. And then I would come back later and to see if I was right. And if you approach it like that, there is no pressure to be perfect because you're just observing what the market is doing. And you're also getting feedback. And that is also how you build intuition inside of the market, not through speed, but through repetition, doing the same actions over and over again. So here's the filter I wish I had early on. If I can't explain what the market is doing in one clear sentence, I don't trade it. And early on, I didn't have that rule. I'd look at the chart and I think, well, it could go up if it breaks this level, or it could go down if it breaks that level. But the truth was, at that time, I didn't actually know what I should be doing there. And that was mainly because I didn't always understand the main direction of the market. If I did, I would have more of a bias to the upside or the downside. Still having that contingency plan, but I would have felt more stronger about my direction. In the beginning, I didn't always have that. So I started zooming to a higher time frame to understand the direction. Then I'd zoom in to find an entry, going to a lower time frame. And then I'd start trying to make sense of all the noise that I saw in the lower time frames. Part of that came from watching other people trade online. I would see traders on YouTube taking these trades on these 5-minute charts, 1-minute charts, scalping in and out quickly, making thousands of dollars in minutes or sometimes seconds. And I thought, that's exactly what I need to do as well. But what I didn't realize at the time was that I didn't understand the bigger picture yet. So I was trying to make fast decisions without knowing the overall direction of the market. And that is a really tough place to trade from. Every trade for me felt rushed, and I lost sight of what the market was actually doing. Now I trade very differently. I focus on the bigger trend first, on those higher time frames that I mentioned before, weekly, daily, H4, and I want to know the general direction before I even think about the details on the lower time frames. And yes, sometimes I still look at that 5-minute chart, and it really depends, but now it's more for precision with my entries, not the direction, because I already learned that from the higher time frame. frames. That's the difference. So back then I was using lower time frames to figure things out. Now I only use them when I already know what I'm looking for inside of the market. And that's why this filter matters. If I can't clearly explain what the market is doing overall, I don't trade it. Because when clarity is missing at the top, zooming in to lower time frames do not fix that. It just makes everything more confusing. So if I were starting today, this is exactly what I would do. I would stop trying to prove that I'm good at trading, and I would focus on being consistent. And I would get that consistency by observing the market. I would limit myself to one market, especially in the beginning when I'm trying to learn. Just one way of thinking, one routine, and then I'd let time do the heavy lifting for me. Because if I'm doing this over and over again, I'm going to get better. So trading did not become easier for me when I learned more. It got easier when I learned less in the right order. Like I said, focus is going to be your best friend here. And for me, that was seeking mentorship instead of trying to piece everything together from free videos. Don't get me wrong, I learned a couple things, but it really came together when I got mentorship. And even to this day, I still get mentorship because I'm always learning. And I only get mentorship when it makes sense for me. So for me as well, patience replaced the fear that I was feeling inside of the markets. Just wait. So if you want help applying this in real time, if you're brand new, start with the Trading Launchpad. If you're new or your trading still isn't profitable yet, you want the structure and the feedback and a clear process, well, the Profitable Traders Academy is where all that happens. Both of those are linked below in the description. And if this video helped, of course, like the video and comment the word order in the comment section below. So that way I know to keep building on this idea. So the next step after this is learning how to approach the market without confusion. That is why I want you to watch how I find my weekly trades with no more chart confusion. It connects directly to what we just talked about in this video, and it also shows you what this looks like in practice. Watch that video next. Is going to be right here on the screen.